Special thanks to Patreon supporter The Red Deer for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ScareTube here bringing you another Minecraft Valkyria Chronicles tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Hafen. The Hafen is the primary tank of Squad E in Valkyria Chronicles 4, and it appears in any mission featuring Claude Wallace, where he is not a scout. It is the most powerful of the three armored vehicles a player has access to. It starts out as a medium tank but can be upgraded into an even more powerful heavy tank later on in the game. So I don't know much about Valkyria Chronicles. I've never played the game. I don't know anything really that much pertaining to this tank except what I was able to find off of the Valkyria Wikipedia. So interesting tank for sure. It looks like it's kind of based off of a M4 Sherman design. That's just kind of a beefed up version of it, which I kind of dig. It's kind of a cool, interesting vehicle for sure. And you know, hopefully you guys can find some use for it. But anyways, this is a Patreon request, so I want to go ahead and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter The Red Deer for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more than you guys already do, feel free to check my Patreon page. Link is down in the description, where you guys can go ahead and pledge a small amount to the channel every month, and it's much appreciative for it, and it helps me out big time and stuff like that. But again, kind of optional. You can feel free to check it out. Again, link is down in the description. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at this build, see exactly what we're going to be going ahead and building here, and obviously move into the tutorial shortly after that. So, start off with, you're going to be able to easily tell from the side profile that's pretty much a M4 Sherman, or based off of it really. It has the same amount of road wheels on the bottom here, same kind of basic design. The only thing is that the tracks are kind of bigger, and they kind of have a bigger slant that goes downwards like so. But overall, really the same vehicle altogether, or same kind of concept. We got the co-driver, hand driver viewports up here in the front. The main gun, not sure how big of a gun this is. I think it's a 75mm gun if I'm not mistaken from the wiki, but you know, 75mm gun. Some viewports up here, commander's cupola, radio antenna, just some extra details, kind of side armor panels that wrap around the back of the turrets. And just some details along the side here, random little markings and stuff like that. As we move to the back here, it's got a pretty straightforward design on the back here, nothing real fancy here, but it also has this kind of glowing back to it. I'm not exactly sure what that is for, or what, but I think we've done a Valkyria tank before and it had the same kind of design, so it must be just be from the game and a design feature for the tanks. But anyways, that's pretty much an overview for the build and what we're going to be going ahead and building today. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first set of layers 0 through 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first set of layers, we're going to be going ahead and beginning with layers 0 through 1. For these layers, to go ahead and get started here, we're going to place down a row of 2 of green stained clay, like this. Come off this row of 2 of green stained clay, we're going to place down 2 nether brick upside down stairs. Come off those green stained clay blocks to whatever direction you want the front of the tank facing. We're going to have our tank facing that direction there, so we're going to place down our 2 nether brick stairs, come off those 2 green stained clay blocks toward that direction. When that's done there, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some nether brick blocks. We're going to place down 2 nether brick blocks in the ground like this, followed by 2 dark oak with top slabs on top of them. We then want to place down 2 rows of 2 of green stained clay going across like this. We're going to place down another row of nether brick full blocks in the ground like this, followed by a row of 2 of dark oak with top slabs on top. We're going to place down there 2 rows of green stained clay across like this. Again, another 2 nether brick blocks in the ground, 2 dark oak with top slabs on top, a row of 2 of green stained clay, row of 2 of nether brick slabs, and a row of 2 of nether brick top slabs. So basically you get something that looks like this. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And over here we're going to be having the outside of the vehicle. So for the outside side, which is going to be over here, we're going to take stone buttons and place them down on all the ends of those green stained clay blocks. We then want to go and take item frames, place down an item frame with a green stained clay block in the item frame on each one of these green stained clay blocks, so you get a nice little design like this for the road wheels. And this is going to be for every block, just like that, along the side there, and pretty straightforward from there. When that's all finished there, we're going to take our dark oak wood slabs. We're going to go from this green stained clay block here. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 dark oak wood top slabs across. We're going to go ahead and go to the back here, and we want to go ahead and go to this row 2 of nether brick slabs. And we're going to place down a row 3 of dark oak wood top slabs coming off that row. In between these rows here, we're going to take dark oak wood top slabs and just fill the space in like so. And this is going to create a nice base or bottom of the vehicle, as you can see from looking at it from above. With that all done, we're going to take our green stained clay and our blocks, and we're just going to kind of do the same design we did over for the other side for the road wheels and the tracks. So we're just going to copy the same thing. I'm going to go a little bit faster here since we've already kind of walked through how to do it. But you're just going to be copying the same thing as we did on the other side, and if you need to, just refer back to it, and you should be good to go. And of course, our dark oak with top slabs in between these spaces here. And then stone buns on all the green stained clay blocks, and item frames with green stained clay blocks in them on all these blocks. So once we have this all set up for the side here, then we will have our first set of layers done, layers 0 through 1. And looking at it from above, we should get something that looks like this for the basis, and looking at it from the side, you get something that looks like that. Anyways, once that's all finished there, that's going to do it for layers 0 through 1. With that, let's move on to layer 2. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2, on top of these nether brick upside down stairs, we're going to place down 2 quartz upside down stairs on top of them as well. So just like this, kind of stacked up. Coming off those quartz upside down stairs, we're going to place down 2 nether brick upside down stairs coming off of them toward the front. So you should get kind of a sloped look like this in the front here for the tracks. In the middle space here, we're going to go ahead and place down a green stained clay block coming off these 2 quartz upside down stairs, followed by a dark oak wood upside down stair in the middle, and then a green zombie head coming off of these 2 green stained clay blocks toward the front. Once that's finished there, we're going to take our green stained clay, we're going to place down a row of 5 across like this to the side, followed by a quartz upside down stair on both ends like that. We're going to go ahead and again take our green stained clay, place down a row of 5 across the middle here. We're going to need to go ahead and grab ourselves a anvil. We're going to place down an anvil on both ends like this, and coming off the anvil itself, we're going to place down a wooden sign. Same thing over here on this side as well. With that done here, we're going to place down another row of 5 of green stained clay across, followed by a zombie head on both ends. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 more rows of 5 of green stained clay going across the middle here. And then on top of this dark oak with top slab on the end here, we're going to place down an anvil, like we did before, a sign on the side of the anvil, and then a zombie head on the right side of the anvil like that, going up toward this, zombie head as well, that we just placed down, and same thing over here, just like that. Once that's done, we're going to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay across again in the middle, followed by a zombie head coming off this anvil on both sides. We're going to place down 2 rows of 5 of green stained clay going back, and on both ends, we're going to place down a anvil, a wooden sign on the side of the anvil, and a sign, or a zombie head coming off the side of the anvil, and same thing over here as well, just like this, and zombie head like that. Once that's finished there, we're going to take our green stained clay, place down another row of 5 across the middle here, followed by a zombie head come off those 2 anvils as well. We then want to take our green stained clay, place down a row of 5 across, or sorry, row of 7 across, my bad, followed by a wooden trapdoor on both ends. We're then going to go ahead and take our nether brick stairs. We're going to place down 1 and 2 nether brick stairs on top of these 2 nether brick top slabs. And we want to go ahead and go to the space in between the nether brick stairs. We're going to take sea lanterns and place down a row of 3 of sea lanterns across in between those nether brick stairs. Coming off the sea lanterns, we're going to take light blue stained glass and place down a row of 3 of light blue stained glass panes across those 3 light gray stained, or those 3 sea lanterns like that. With that all done, that's going to pretty much wrap up layer number 2, and with that, let's move on to layer 3. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3, we're going to start off by placing down 2 nether brick stairs on top of these nether brick upside down stairs up here in the front. Once that's done, we're going to take our quartz stairs. We're going to place down a row of 2 of quartz stairs like this on both sides behind the nether brick stairs. And actually, we're going to go ahead and place down 1 quartz stair on the outside there and a green stained clay block on the inside. So my bad there, just go ahead and adjust that so it looks something like that. In the space in between them, these green stained clay blocks, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab on those 2 green stained clay blocks, and then a green carpet on top of that dark oak wood upside down stair. With that all finished there, we're going to go ahead and take our quartz stairs. We're going to place down a quartz stair back from the stair like this on both sides, and a green stained clay block on the inside here. In between those green stained clay blocks, we're going to place down 1 more green stained clay block going in, and in the very middle space right here, we're going to place down a red stained clay block right there. Once that's done, we're going to take our green stained clay blocks, place down a row of 5 across the middle here, followed by another brick top slab on both ends. We're going to go ahead and repeat this row 1 more time, so another row of 5 of green stained clay across, followed by again another brick top slab on both sides. Once that's done, we're going to place down another row of 5, green stained clay across, another brick slab on both ends like that. Go ahead and continue on, another row of 5 of green stained clay across, followed by a quartz upside down stair on both sides, just like that. Alright, after we have those quartz stairs in place, we're going to go and take a sign and place down a sign on the side of these 2 quartz upside down stairs. Once that's done there, we're going to place down another row of 5 of green stained clay across the middle here, followed by a quartz full block on both ends behind that quartz upside down stair. Go ahead and continue on. We're going to place down another row of 5 of green stained clay across the middle here, followed by a dark oak wood upside down stair coming off of each end. So just like this, facing toward the quartz full block. We're then going to take our green stained clay, place down a row of 7 of green stained clay all the way across. With that finished, we're going to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay across the middle here, followed by a dark oak wood upside down stair again on both sides, with the dark oak wood stair upside down stair facing the green stained clay block. Once that's done, we're going to take our green stained clay, place down a row of 7 all the way across the green stained clay. We then want to go ahead and place down 2 green stained clay blocks on top of those 2 nether brick upside down stairs. In the space in the middle here, we're going to place down a row of 2 of sea lanterns across like this, and then coming off the sea lanterns themselves, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 light gray stained glass full blocks, or sorry, light blue stained glass full blocks. And then coming off the 2 light gray stained glass full blocks to either side, we're going to place down 2 light gray stained glass panes like that. Also, go ahead and continue now. We're going to take dark oak wood stairs, place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood stairs coming off those 2 green stained clay blocks. With that all complete, that is going to pretty much wrap up layer number 3. And with that, we can go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer 4. Alright, so real quick before we go ahead and move into layer 4, we do have to make some banners so that we have a few banner designs that are used throughout the build. There are only 2. So we're just going to go ahead and knock them out right here. But basically all we want to do is just place down a green banner in a crafting table. We're going to go ahead and take our rose red, place down a row of 3 across the bottom here, and we have a nice green banner with a red base. We're going to go do the same thing with a white banner. So white banner down there in the center, and a row of rose red across the bottom. And we have the same thing here. So we have 2 banners, 1 green and 1 white with this little red line on the bottom here. So we're going to be using that throughout the tutorial. The white banner is going to come a few layers later, but the green banner is going to be used a few times throughout the build. So anyways, going ahead and continuing on of where we left off, we have layer 4. So moving on to layer 4, we're going to take our black carpet. We're going to place down 1 and 2 black carpets. So 1 on top of the green stained clay block, 1 on top of the quartz block. And same thing right here, 2 black carpets across like this for the tracks. Same thing over here on this side as well. Once that's done, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair here in the middle, right there after that red stained clay block, followed by a green stained clay block on both sides. Coming off that green stained clay block, we're going to place down a stone button, just like that on both sides. We then want to place down a dark oak wood stair on both sides of those green stained clay blocks, followed by a dark oak wood corner stair coming off that dark oak wood stair. Coming off the dark oak wood stair right here, we're going to go and grab ourselves some item frames, and we're also going to need to go into our creative menu and grab ourselves some glass blocks. We're going to place down an item frame coming off this dark oak wood stair here, followed by a glass block in the item frame like that for the front headlights. After that's complete, we're going to go and place down a green stained clay block coming off the middle dark oak wood stair there. We're going to go and then place down a spruce wood plank to both sides of that green stained clay block. After those spruce wood planks, we're going to place down another green stained clay block out to the sides, followed by a dark oak wood stair like this coming off that dark oak wood corner stair. Once that's finished there, we're going to take our green stained clay, place down a row of 7 of green stained clay all the way across. We then want to place down a second row of 7 as well. When we get to this point here, we're going to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay across, followed by a dark oak wood stair like this on both ends. We want to go and do the exact same row again, so row 5, green stained clay across the middle here, dark oak wood stair to both sides. Now coming off the front of this dark oak wood stair, we're going to place down the green banner with the red stripe on the bottom there, and that's going to be coming off that dark oak wood stair. Once that's done, we're going to take our green stained clay, we're going to place down another row of 5 across the middle here, followed by a dark oak wood corner stair this time on both ends. And we then want to place down a green banner also coming off the side of this corner stair. When that's all finished there, in the middle space here, we're going to take our dark oak wood stairs. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Dark oak wood stairs across, followed by a dark oak wood slab on both ends. Once that's done there, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair coming off the middle stair. We then want to take our stone slabs, place down 1 and 2 stone slabs to the side, and 1 and 2 to this side as well, followed by another dark oak wood slab coming off those 2 slabs out to the sides like so. Once that's finished there, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab from off this dark oak wood stair. Again, 2 stone slabs out to both sides, and then another, or my bad, sorry, this is actually going to be a zombie head at a slight angle like this on that green stained clay block. So same thing over here. As you can see, it's a very slight angle like that. Once that's done, on the back here, we're just going to go ahead and place down a daylight sensor on the 2 light blue stained glass blocks to the sides there. We then want to place down a green stained clay block on this first dark oak wood upside down stair. And then we just want to take our green carpet and place down green carpet on top of those 2 dark oak wood upside down stairs. And once you have that all complete, that is going to wrap up layer number 4. And with that, we can go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer 5. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and begin with, we're going to place down a green stained clay block on top of this one right here. Coming off this green Stinkway block, we're going to place down a quartz top slab going forward, followed by a wooden trapdoor after it. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a zombie head and place it down on top of those 2 green Stinkway full blocks like this. And we're also going to go ahead and take a stone button and place a stone button on top of those 2 spruce wood planks like that. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down a green Stinkway block on both sides of this one right here, followed by a mossy cobblestone wall going out to both ends. We then want to place down another row of 3 of green Stinkway blocks across, followed by another mossy cobblestone wall to both sides. We're going to do this again, so another row of 3, green Stinkway across, mossy cobblestone wall to both sides. Another row of 3 green Stinkway across the middle here, followed by a dark oak wood up-down stair on both sides this time. And then on the very back here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood up-down stair coming off the middle green Stinkway block, followed by a dark oak wood top slab on both sides of this dark oak wood up-down stair. Once that's done, we're going to take some birch wood slabs. We're going to place down a row of 5 across the top of this row of 5 of dark oak wood stairs like so. And we also want to place down a stone button on these 2 green Stinkway blocks like that. With that all finished up, that is going to do it for layer number 4, and with that we could, layer 5, and with that we can move on to layer 6. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 6. For layer 6 to go ahead and get started with, we're going to go ahead and place down a quartz stair on top of this green Stinkway block. Coming off that quartz stair toward the front, we're going to place down a quartz slab, followed by a oak wood slab, and then we want to go ahead and place down a row of 2 of dark oak wood slabs going toward the front there. Once that's finished there, on both sides of this quartz stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood corner stair like this, and then coming off the side of this dark oak wood corner stair, we're going to place down a sign on both ends, just like that. When that's done there, we're going to take our green Stinkway blocks, place down a row of 3 across, followed by a mossy cobblestone wall to both ends. When that's done there, we're going to take our green Stinkway blocks, place down a row of 3 across again, followed by again a mossy cobblestone wall to both ends. When that's done, we're going to take a green Stinkway blocks, again a row of 3 across, mossy cobblestone wall on both ends. Now when we get to this point here, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood fence gate that's going to come off of this mossy cobblestone wall and be opened up like so. And same thing right here, over here on this side. And then coming off this fence gate to the side, we're going to go ahead and place down a sign like this on both ends. Now, we also want to go ahead and grab ourselves our green and white banners again. So we're going to go ahead and grab these again. We're going to place down a green banner on this first mossy cobblestone wall here, and then a white banner on the second one back. And we're going to do the same thing over here on this side as well. So just like that. Now with that all complete, in between these dark oak wood fence gates here, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall on both sides, and then the green Stinkway block there in the middle. Now going ahead and continuing on toward the back here, we want to go ahead and place down a, or my bad, it's actually going to be a row of 3 of green Stinkway across, so my bad, it's just going to be a row of 3 across in between those fence gates. And then we want to go ahead and go back one more time with our fence gates, so it's going to go back one more, like this back. We're going to place down a fence gate again on both sides, same position, like this, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a sign coming off the dark oak wood fence gate as well. And then this time we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall on both sides here, and then a green Stinkway block there in the middle. Now across the back here, we're going to place down a birchwood stair coming off the middle green Stinkway block. Like we did before, we're going to need to place down a dark oak fence gate coming off of these mossy cobblestone walls. And just like we've been doing before, we're going to go and place down a sign coming off those fence gates. Now for the corner sections here, we're going to place down a placeholder block on the bottom here, and then place down a zombie head at about a 45-degree angle on top of it. Delete the block on the bottom, and you're going to do this for each corner. This one could be a little bit more angled. There we go. And you have your little corners there around, and a little extra plating that goes around the turret. Anyways, with that all complete, one last thing for us to do is to go ahead and grab ourselves an end rod and place down an end rod coming off this dark oak wood corner stair over here to the left side. With that all complete, that is going to do it for layer number 5. Or actually, I think that's layer 6, my bad. And with that, we're going to move on to our last final layers, layers 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to put the radio antenna on top, all the little details on top of the turret, and pretty much wrap the build up. So with that, let's move on to our last final layers. Alright guys, moving on to our next layers, we have layers 7 through 10. So for these layers to go ahead and begin with, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair on these 2 green Stinkway blocks like that. Coming off the back of the dark oak wood stair, we're going to place down an item frame on both sides, followed by a black wool block in those item frames. Once that's finished there, we're going to go ahead and place down a spruce wood slab on top of this green Stinkway block over here to the right side, and all around this spruce wood slab, we're going to go ahead and place down zombie heads like this, all the way around it, like that for the commander's cupola. After that's all done there, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a dark oak wood fence post, place it down on top of this mossy cobblestone wall here on the corner, and then we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, and 3 iron bars going up like that for the radio antennas. And once you have that all complete, that is going to wrap up my tutorial for the Valkyria Chronicles Hafen tank. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this design and are able to put it to good use. I know it's not like, you know, a world tank or anything like that, so you know, could you obviously use it for, you know, just creating some kind of post World War II scenario, or some kind of cool looking, I guess, beefy Sherman or something like that. Who knows? Or if you could just build it because you're doing some kind of Valkyria Chronicles or you like the tank. Anyways, hope you guys do enjoy the build and are able to put it to good use. If you guys do use this design, I do ask that you guys I do ask that you guys give me credit for the build. This can be anything from a sign on the build, tweet to my channel, or this video if this does appear in social media sites. Just be sure to get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for in doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow and it continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting this type of content. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. And that, that's going to do it for this tutorial. Thank you guys all.